Another year, another crop of films that seem to have been made just to win some gold statues.
Police have widened their search for the missing teenager, Meredith Laval.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 failed Oscar bait movies of 2016. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the films released in 2016 that had obvious acting awards aspirations, but ultimately failed in their bids, either because they were overshadowed by other releases, had played out subject matters, or were just straight up bad.
You're an exception. The rules don't apply to you.
Number 10, Snowden.
Why do you want to join the CIA?
I'd like to help my country make a difference in the world.
Oliver Stone is no stranger to controversial film topics or Academy recognition. Edward Snowden is an infamous whistleblower who's already been the source of Oscar gold, with the 2014 documentary Citizen4.
This is our country, and the balance of power between the citizenry and the government is becoming that of the ruling and the ruled.
However, Stone's tackling of the touchy subject of Snowden's actions didn't result in the awards windfall he was hoping for.
There's something going on inside the government that's really wrong, and I can't ignore it.
While the film received okay reviews, particularly for Joseph Gordon-Levitt's performance in the lead role, it only grossed a little over $30 million worldwide on a $40 million budget, and was mostly considered to be one of the less consequential films in Stone's career. Guess Edward Snowden won't be adding another Academy Award to his mantle.
They're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for all of you too.
Number 9, Denial.
I say to you quite tastelessly that more women died on the back seat of Senator Edward Kennedy's car at Chappaquiddick than ever died in a gas chamber at Auschwitz.
As you probably already know, films based on events from World War II are tailor-made for Academy Awards. Well, most of the time, as you'll learn on this list. While this courtroom drama doesn't directly deal with one of those events, it does tell the fascinating true story of Holocaust scholar Deborah Lipstadt, played by Rachel Weisz, being sued for libel by Holocaust denier David Irving, played by Timothy Spall.
I am that David Irving. And I've got $1,000 to give anyone who can show me a document that proves the Holocaust.
Weisz is a past Oscar winner for Best Supporting Actress, and the period setting is ripe for the Academy. But despite positive reviews, this one was unfortunately outshone by films with loftier ambitions.
I'm not attacking freedom of speech. I've been defending my right to stand up against someone who wants to pervert the truth.
Number 8, Anthropoid.
This is not some game. You get noticed, and that gets us noticed.
Speaking of World War II films, here's one that tackles the period head-on. Starring Cillian Murphy and Jamie Dornan, the film tells the story of the titular Czech operation, which resulted in the assassination of Nazi official Reinhard Heydrich in 1942.
We are here to assassinate Reinhard Heydrich.
The film received relatively good reviews, but not necessarily the kind that films of this caliber usually get. Not to mention the fact that it came out in August 2016, which means it was overshadowed by the higher profile releases of fall and winter. In short, the filmmakers likely slept in on Oscar nomination morning.
If we fail, I fear freedom will be wiped from the map.
Number 7, The Girl on the Train.
I used to watch This Perfect Couple.
A mystery thriller starring a female lead based on a novel. Nope, we're not describing 2014's phenomenal Gone Girl, but the middling adaptation of Paula Hawkins' 2015 bestseller.
I saw her from the train.
Despite featuring a strong performance by the always reliable Emily Blunt, the film ultimately devolves into a convoluted melodrama as Blunt's Rachel tries to deal with being accused of murder.
Rachel, why are you here?
Because I'm helping find Megan.
I don't think you're helping anybody.
Director Tate Taylor was able to lead 2011's The Help to a Best Picture nom and a win for Best Supporting Actress for Octavia Spencer. This girl isn't gonna get any Academy Awards, although she does look like she needs a hug.
Why are you here?
Because I'm afraid of myself.
Number 6, Rules Don't Apply.
Tell us a little about yourself.
I decided when I won a talent contest that maybe I'd give it a go in Hollywood.
Once upon a time, Warren Beatty was one of Hollywood's most formidable talents, writing, directing, and starring in films like Reds, which won him the 1981 Best Director Oscar. he finally returned after an extended leave, writing, starring, and directing this film taking place in 1950s Hollywood, with Beatty taking on the role of eccentric billionaire Howard Hughes.
What the hell is she doing here?
You said you wanted the girl with the two M's.
Yes, Marilyn Monroe.
Despite the Academy-friendly setting and the all-star cast that includes Beatty's wife Annette Bening, Alec Baldwin, and rising star Alden Ehrenreich, it turns out that Beatty's return to the silver screen was too little too late. The movie received mixed reviews and bombed at the box office, and as a result, Beatty did not repeat his past award success this time around.
Have you heard from people that I'm crazy?
Number 5. Allied.
They're watching us. Now kiss me.
This is the film that launched a million tabloid rumors, as the romantic thriller's on-screen relationship between Brad Pitt and Marion Cotillard was thought to be a factor in the separation of Pitt and Angelina Jolie earlier in 2016.
So I didn't take it personally because I had, just nothing to do with these rumors.
But despite the buzz, the star power of the two leads, the awards-friendly time period of World War II, and the prestige of director Robert Zemeckis, this story of wartime betrayal and deception proved to be merely adequate instead of great. While the film did earn an Oscar nod for costume design, the film itself has received mixed reviews and only okay box office numbers, with most critics agreeing it was mostly a disappointment considering the talent of its stars and director.
Hey, what happened to my kiss?
Number 4. The Birth of a Nation.
You a child of God. You got purpose. The law put it there, and nobody can take it away.
When it premiered at Sundance back in January, this period drama about Nat Turner's 1831 slave rebellion became an immediate frontrunner for Best Picture.
Your slaves sure do know how to behave.
Well, they God-fearing. One of them's a preacher.
But as the year went on, things started to unravel. Despite the Academy's love for period pieces and films about the subject of race, the movie's reputation was tarnished by remarks made by its director, writer, and star Nate Parker about 1999 rape charges against him and co-writer Gene Celestin.
I was falsely accused. I was proven innocent, and I'm not going to apologize. For that. I feel terribly about that situation, but
while it received decent reviews, they weren't strong enough to overpower the controversy surrounding the film, and it ended up a box office bomb, earning just $16 million.
Let the high praise of God be on the mouths of the saints and a two-edged sword in their hand to execute vengeance on the demonic nations.
Number 3. American Pastoral.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places.
Here's proof that not every serious film with the word American in the title will get showered with awards. Marking the directorial debut of Ewan Mcgregor, and adapted from the Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, the film focuses on the family of McGregor and Jennifer Connelly's characters as they navigate the tense atmosphere in America during the Vietnam War.
Where is she?
He had the cast, and he had the source material, but unfortunately it was widely thought that McGregor's direction was not up to snuff. American Pastoral received surprisingly negative reviews, especially for a picture of its supposed stature, and ultimately, it ended up making about $1 million.
And I didn't want to just be some director like you hired just to make it happen, to technically do it. I wanted it to have my stamp on it.
Number 2. Collateral Beauty.
We're here to connect. Love, time, death.
Will Smith stars in this inspirational drama that's being released in mid-December. And wait, haven't we seen this before?
Why do I get the feeling you're doing me a really big favor right now?
Yeah, 8 full years after starring in the incredibly Oscar-baity and widely panned 7 Pounds. Smith is back to try to earn some critical acclaim with another schmaltzy tearjerker where he attempts to deal with tragedy.
Did you lose a child, Howard?
This time he's not alone, as he's accompanied by an all-star cast, including Edward Norton, Michael Pena, and Kate Winslet.
Howard is a brilliant, creative, charismatic guy. He used to love life. Right now, he hates it.
There's also Keira Knightley, Jacob Latimore, and Helen Mirren as the personifications of love, time, and death, respectively.
Who did you write the letter to?
I wrote the letter to death.
Nice to meet you.
It's as if a Lifetime original movie somehow got a huge budget and a theatrical release. So it's not surprising that films with more subtle messages were recognized instead.
Just look for it.
I promise you, it's there.
Number 1. Billy Lynn's long halftime walk.
It's sort of weird being honored for the worst day of your life.
On the heels of winning his second Oscar for Life of Pi, Ang Lee helmed this film about an Iraq war veteran reflecting on his service during a Dallas Cowboys halftime show. Lee shot it in a history-making frame rate of 120 frames per second and in 3D to create a viewing experience unlike any other.
Film is always you watch somebody else's story. Now you get a chance to step into it.
The problem? The technology to watch it in the way it was made only exists in 2 American theaters, which meant that not only were filmgoers stuck with what critics considered to be a mediocre film, it was also one they couldn't even watch properly. In its first weekend of wide release, it made less than $1 million, all but destroying its awards aspirations.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.